welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee. And this is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, on Twitter, and on the Gmail account, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. It is finally here, guys. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is out in theaters today. In about 6 hours, I'm going to go with Lisa, be sitting down in the theater, and experience this film that Rian Johnson is giving to us. I am so excited. Last night, Lisa and I sat down and finished our Star Wars review with Star Wars The Force Awakens. So we're all caught up and ready to do it. Going to see the movie tonight and tomorrow night. Tonight it's just me and Lisa. Tomorrow we're going with a big group. So Saturday morning, the plan is to sit down and do our review for The Last Jedi, and hopefully I'll have that posted Sunday. And so, until then, we got other stories to talk about. There are quite a few stories to talk about. It's been a busy day so far. I've got a lot of mixed emotions about things that are going on. I was reading about the net neutrality stuff, and that kind of got me a little fired up. And then, of course, this morning, we got the big news. After months of speculation and dealing, it looks like Disney has finally acquired 20th Century Fox assets. That's right. There is a deal that went down yesterday that Disney has paid $52.4 billion to acquire 21st Century Fox Media Company assets. Now, it looks like Rupert Murdoch and crew are still going to be in charge of Fox News Channel, the broadcast network, and newspapers, but Disney is acquiring a lot of their assets, which include the X-Men universe, Fantastic Four, Alien, Predator, Avatar, Kingsman, Planet of the Apes, Simpsons, X-Files, and much, much more. This is another company that Disney has brought in just the last couple of years. About 10, 12 years ago, they brought in Pixar, then they bought Marvel, then they bought Lucasfilm. It's all just one big conglomerate now, guys. Now, this is kind of a big deal. A lot of people are nervous. A lot of people are excited about it. Effectively, this eliminates one of the major 6 Hollywood studios and brings it under the other Hollywood studio banner. And with Disney coming out with their own streaming service in just 2 years, they've now acquired a bunch of stuff that they can now put on that streaming service. There's a lot to go along with this deal, guys. I'm going to try to touch on just a little portion of it. If you want to talk about more and how this affects comic books and X-Men and all these other characters, one place I recommend you might check out is Collider Heroes. John Schnepp and the crew over there have been talking about this for the last couple weeks, and I've enjoyed their kind of dissection of everything and how they, looked at it from all angles. I've been thinking about this for a while now too, and there are many things, I have many thoughts about this. I've talked about on previous shows, but now I'm going to run down just a few other things. Some things you might have heard before, but let's get into it, guys. Obviously, this is a pretty major thing. As a comic book fan or sci-fi fan, the main 2 things I think about are X-Men and Fantastic Four and Star Wars. Now, 20th Century Fox has the rights to the original renditions of the Star Wars trilogy. Many people for many years have wanted the original unaltered versions of those original 3 Star Wars films to come out officially on Blu-ray. I still don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Lucasfilm will allow that to happen. According to George Lucas, they're not even in existence anymore. And then people are also talking about how they missed the 20th Century Fox fanfare at the beginning of Star Wars films. I don't think we're going to get that back either, guys. There's no point to it. I'm very curious at this point if that is just going to go away at all, or if they're going to leave the company by itself. Because, yes, Disney owns Pixar, Lucasfilm, Marvel Studios, but they let them do their own thing. Lucasfilm is still at the beginning of Star Wars. Marvel Studios is still at the beginning of the Marvel films. You don't see Disney on top of there because Disney is a brand. And I feel like, I don't know if by selling these assets, they've completely dissolved the 20th Century Fox and that awesome fanfare that you have in front of all their films, if we're not going to see that ever again, or if we're still going to see that. I guess I'm a little bit murky on if this completely takes away the studio, or if the studio is just still owned by Disney, much like Lucasfilm and Pixar are. I don't know. I hope not, because it's a legendary fanfare. I love seeing it at the beginning of all these films, and I really don't want to see Disney in front of some of these films. Like, say, for instance, Alien, Predator, Kingsman. These are franchises that you would not associate with Disney. Disney is a very family-friendly franchise. You put the Disney logo with a castle at the beginning, you know you're getting something that's pretty much the whole family can watch. You can't put that in front of an Alien film or a Predator film or a Kingsman film and have it be reputable. What I'm thinking is they're still going to keep the 20th Century Fox, much like how several years ago or back in the day there was Touchstone Pictures, and that was a subsidiary of Disney, so that you were able to put a bunch more of that adult content or non-family friendly content with Touchstone, but it was still distributed by Disney. I think we might get that. I'm just curious if it's still going to be 20th Century Fox or something else. I'm still not clear about that. But the main thing, of course, is the X-Men and Fantastic Four are under Disney banner. That's right. All of Marvel's movie rights are back with Marvel Studios minus Spider-Man, because technically Sony still owns Spider-Man even though he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now, but I'm not going to count that. So the question is, how soon do we start incorporating the X-Men and Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and do we do that? Because I'm of the mindset, as an X-Men fan, the X-Men films are touch and go, but I think the last 4 films we've gotten from X-Men, we've gotten Logan, Deadpool, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Days of Future Past. I've enjoyed all 4 of those films. And I feel like Fox has really got a grasp on what the X-Men is. And this week we got that article in Entertainment Weekly about Days of Future Past and kind of what Simon Kinberg and crew has in store for the X-Men. And honestly, that got me excited because from what Kinberg is saying, I feel like he's really doing the Dark Phoenix at least as good as you can do it in a movie. And that gets me excited. So I'm excited for what they're doing with X-Men properties now. Would I love to see them part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Would I love to see Wolverine on the Avengers? Would I love to see a team up between Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four? Yeah, I would. But with the X-Men, I think you don't have to bring them together. You have a major opportunity where you could, i.e. Avengers Infinity War. When Thanos collects all the Infinity Stones on his gauntlet, he has the power to reshape reality. And that's going to be an easy thing to do, to say, okay, let me reshape reality. And then when the Avengers, the heroes, set it back right, well, maybe it's not perfect because now we have mutants in the world. That's my way of thinking. That's how I would easily bring the X-Men into the fold. With Fantastic Four, definitely, I'm a totally different mindset that they need to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As a longtime Marvel reader, I can say that, yes, the X-Men are part of the Marvel Universe, and yes, they do cross over with the Avengers. But there's a lot of times where they have their own little pocket universe in Marvel, and they really don't need to incorporate them into the rest of the larger Marvel Universe because there are already so many mutants, so many X-Men, so many of their own problems. Occasionally they cross over, but for the most part they kind of stick to themselves. Fantastic Four, though, they're a small enough group, there's only 4 of them. They cross over with the Avengers quite more often than the X-Men do. And they desperately need that Marvel Studios touch to get them back on track. 20th Century Fox has done 3 interpretations of the Fantastic Four, and people say they've all not been good. Now, me, I'll go and state, I like that first Fantastic Four film with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. I'm going to put it out there, guys. It's in my Blu-ray collection. I have no problem with it. I've read Fantastic Four comic books quite a bit, and I have no problem with them. The last one, no. Sucked. Blue chunks. No. Bye. But I think we need Fantastic Four to be incorporated into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think we can rejuvenate them because they really are, they're Marvel's first comic. The first thing Stan Lee ever did as far as the Marvel Universe was the Fantastic Four. They're Marvel's first family. We need them in there, and I want to see a good origin story. They're a great group if done right. I think Marvel Studios has an opportunity to really put them front and center and do something really great with them. That's what I want to see, guys. As far as the rest of it, time will tell. Again, I don't know. We don't know exact details as far as what's going to incorporate when. I know in my mind there are easy ways to do this and there's hard ways to do this. We'll just have to wait and see. All I know is that Disney, they pretty much own my soul right now, okay? It was bad enough when I walk into a Disney store and I got Marvel's toys from the cinematic universe and Star Wars toys. Now you're going to be telling me we're going to incorporate X-Men toys as well? That's it. I mean, all I have to do is shop at the Disney store. I'm done, you know? I might have to occasionally go to Six Flags for some Superman and Flash stuff, but other than that, Disney pretty much owns like 2/3 of my personality. So with that out of the way, I guess I might as well just camp out at Disney World from now on. But again, think of the possibilities of that. Not only are we getting a Star Wars world, but now that we have all the superheroes under one roof, we can start incorporating Fantastic Four and X-Men stuff into the Disney parks as well, which I'm super psyched about. That's going to be awesome. Some people have voiced concern. James Mangold, director of Logan, has voiced concern that if this were to happen, which it did, it would stunt the growth of what the X-Men films are doing right now. Because if X-Men was under the Disney banner sooner, we might not have gotten films such as Deadpool and Logan. And honestly, I think I agree with that. But Disney is a smart enough company. Bob Iger and the guys over there, they make all the right moves, okay? And I think they know that Deadpool makes money, that Logan makes money. I don't think we're going to get as many as those outside-of-the-box films as we have, but I think we are going to still get them. That's why I'm saying I think it's going to be not under the Disney banner, but under like a 20th Century Fox banner or something like that. And then, of course, there's the idea of what happens at Fox Searchlight. It's all just, it's crazy, guys. I mean, there's so much to sort out. We're not going to know till, 6 months from now how it all is going to plan out. It's not even another 12 months, I don't think, before, Disney really gets the rights to play with all this. But I bet you Kevin Feige already has his ideas turning as to how it's all going to shape out. And, of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what phase are we going to approach here next year? Phase 4. As in Fantastic Four. John Schnepp on Collider Heroes has been talking about it for a while now, and I gotta agree with him. Let's make Phase 4 the incorporation of the Fantastic Four, play their origins and introduce them throughout this next phase, and of course we'll end Phase 4 with Galactus. Boom! That would be awesome. I would be super excited if that were to happen. And again, as far as the X-Men goes, I'll have to wait and see, because we got 3 more X-Men films coming out this next year. Deadpool 2, New Mutants, X-Men Dark Phoenix. And honestly, if they are all enjoyable, I would just be like, let's leave that alone, guys. Let's let it do what it does. Let's let X-Men do what it does. We don't need them in the rest of the cinematic universe, but we know they are, because that's what people really want. Occasionally crossover. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to reshape reality in Infinity War and bring some mutants in, I don't know, guys. There's so much to talk about with this and so many possibilities. Let me know what you think. Is there something I'm not mentioning? I'm sure there is. Fire back. Let me know what you think. Do you see it as a good thing, bad thing? Facebook group, Twitter, Gmail account. Let me know, guys. I got to move on. Speaking of deals that people might or might not be happy about, the CW has announced that they're kind of doing something a little different with their second half of their CW shows. They've got several shows such as Black Lightning that are coming and being introduced in the second half of this season. Black Lightning is going to take the spot of DC's Legends Tomorrow on Tuesdays. So what they've done, or what they're going to do, is the CW is splitting up Supergirl's Monday night spot. So what's happening is DC's Legends Tomorrow will resume its season on Monday, February 12th in Supergirl's time slot. The Season 3 finale of Legends will air Monday, April 9th, and then the second half of the Supergirl Season 3 will resume on April 16th and go all the way to the end of the season. And that's how they're going to break it up, guys. Now, some fans are very not happy about this. Apparently, there's a petition going around. It's got like thousands of signatures. But to be honest, give me a break, guys. Really, thousands of signatures. There's millions of viewers on these shows each week. And you've only got 4,000 signatures as of, I think, Tuesday. Please. Please. Their concern is kind of, a little legit, though. Because basically they're talking about how they feel like with Legends taking that time slot of Supergirl and 9-week break, that casual Supergirl fans are not going to come back after the break. And to that, I hear your concern, and I say it's kind of malarkey, in my opinion, because after the awesome crossover that we just got with all 4 shows, name me one person who just watches Supergirl. Name me one person who just watches Arrow. I mean, if you watch any 4 of these shows, chances are you're watching at least 2 to 3 more of them, or all of them. I mean, most people that I talk to that watch one of these shows watch all 4 of these shows. Not to mention the CWC animated stuff that's included as well, like Vixen, and they're coming up with Ray and Constantine too, all going to be part of the Arrowverse. So while this petition, I think, has, somewhat legitimacy to stand on, I don't think they're really thinking this through as far as people watch more than just Supergirl. And in the cinematic universe, it's like, going to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and just watching Captain America. Nobody's going to go just to watch Captain America. You go, and chances are, if you've seen the Captain America films, you've seen the Iron Man films, the Thor films, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that stuff. Okay, so if people know about this, then they'll be fine. If they don't know about it, they'll be like, where's Supergirl? Where's Supergirl? And they'll look it up. Okay, that's how today works. You have a question, you pull out your phone that's in your pocket, and within 30 seconds you're on Google figuring out the answer, and that's it, people. It's not that hard. I get their concern, but I think it's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. I think we'll all be okay. And I love it, to be honest, because in a world with Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, and where I get an entire season of Daredevil in one day, this is going to give me 9 episodes back to back to back of Legends of Tomorrow. I don't have to take any breaks for spring break or, have 2 weeks off here or 1 week off here. I just get the 9 episodes, 1 each week, finish the season. I like it. I like it a lot. That's how my thing is now. I go on and I watch Daredevil, and I might watch it in a couple days, or it might take me a couple weeks. But in any event, I've watched the entire season, and I don't have to worry about it for almost a year later. And to me, that sounds fine. So if I can watch Legends tomorrow all in a row, each week, without breaks, and then get the same thing with Supergirl, I'm all for it. So I think it's fine, guys. I think we'll all be okay. Well, guys, I've kind of reached my time limit for today's episode, and I still have not talked about the Ready Player One trailer or the Attila Battle Angel trailer. I'm going to try to get to that later. I got one more show I want to do this week. Whether I get to it this week, I don't know. I'll be sure to talk about it next week. Like I said, Ready Player One, I would like to bring Lisa in because she's read the book, she loves the book, and she's not so sure about this film, even though it is being directed by Steven Spielberg. But a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. Of course, Star Wars The Last Jedi is the focus. Go see it this weekend. Come back on Sunday and listen to a review and let us know what you think. dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com, the Facebook group, Twitter. I haven't put up, it's my final Star Wars poll day. I'm going to do it right now as soon as I'm done recording. Today's poll, what would you want to see most in The Last Jedi? I'm going to put that up. You guys vote. And that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to call it right now because I'm at my time limit. And I got other stuff to do today. I got to wrap some presents before I go see Star Wars and do a few other errands. So that's it, guys. So fire back. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for the Disney deal with Fox? Do you want to see X-Men incorporated to the Marvel Cinematic Universe like some people? Me, I want to keep it separate. Let me know what you think. And then, of course, do you know what's going on with the CW shows and Supergirl and Legends Tomorrow? Have you heard about this? Have you not heard about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Facebook group, Twitter, Gmail account. That's it, guys. I'm done for today. Go live your lives. Until next time, may the Force be with us all.